Greetings everybody, it's the Manga King here. I'm just so hyped right now. I just had to talk about this. As soon as this chapter came out, I was just so hyped. Okay, so a new one-shot just came out by Shonen Jump called Dr. Stone. It's done by the same guy who wrote INAGAKI 21 and drawn by the same person who did Sun Ken Rock. And you just gotta read it. You just gotta read it. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you this straight up. It is like the most unique premise, unique idea. I gotta make this as quick as possible. The overall story is about this. I don't even know if I should tell you what it's about. It is just really, really good. Okay, it is the only Shonen Jump series I have seen in a long time that has been this hype, that has been this fun to read. Okay, and the artwork is absolutely gorgeous because it's BOICHI. Okay, the artist behind Sun Ken Rock. Just I don't have much to say in this video. It's basically what happens in the premise, okay? Once you get introduced to this premise in this story, in this chapter, it's just gonna be hype. So, for those of you who don't want to know about the premise, okay, just read it. Just go to Manga Stream, link in the description below, and just go ahead and read it. If you don't want to know anything about the premise at all. The premise, I'm gonna explain now. So, those of you who haven't read the chapter, don't just click off this video and click the link in the description below and read the chapter. So basically what happened is that there are these two boys, right? One is super duper smart and one is a rockhead, and he's into this girl and he really likes this girl and he wants to confess his love to this girl, right? And the smart guy is you could take this love potion, but really it was nothing but gasoline, and he's just yo, just take this love potion and it'll help her actually like you. But then right in the middle of when he goes out and he tries to explain it, and the smart guy's he doesn't need it anyway. And they're it's really hard boiled. It's just so freaking cool. And then he goes out, right? And then after he goes out to go tell the girl, right before he goes to tell the girl, there's this weird cataclysmic, I don't know the word for it, but it's this huge, crazy event happens and everybody turns to stone. And they're stone for thousands of years, and you just see him just floating around, and he's his will to tell this girl how much he loves him is what's driving him to keep going. And it's just so hilarious. And when he's just floating through the water and everything, and then he actually after thousands of years, he gets the will, and he finally just breaks out of the rock. And after he breaks out of the rock, the whole world is covered with nature and there's animals everywhere and the buildings are all destroyed and everything. And then he's just walking around and he makes himself a makeshift loincloth, and then he goes up to this tree, and the girl that he was trying to confess his love to, she's inside of the tree. She's made a stone inside of the tree, and he's after all this time, I can finally tell you I love you. I have to figure out how to get you out of here, out of this stone. And then the smart guy shows up again, and I love his character. He's just so cool. He was talking about how he knew the exact time just from counting, and him counting kept his consciousness inside of his body. This is so hilarious. And then he finally, after everything is all said and done, they finally he goes up, and this kind of reminds me of Swiss Family Robinson, where he has that little tent set up, and he has his small little civilization going, and he said he needed somebody who's basically gonna be the brawn, and they're okay, and then our main character was okay, you'll be the brain, I'll be the brawn, we're gonna rebuild civilization and figure out how to help the girl and all the other people come back from being stoned. And this is how you introduce a new premise. You have a main character that's similar, has some elements of Goku, but still the premise is just so interesting and so different, and it's just so unique compared to anything I've seen from Shonen Jump this year. It is just so much fun. INAGAKI 21 and BOICHI, match made in heaven. I love BOICHI's work. I love Sun Ken Rock, but he finally creates a series of Shonen Jump. The artwork is gorgeous. The overall premise of the story is gorgeous. The characters are just absolutely wonderful. You're not going to go wrong with this one. Just for those of you who are just big fan of Shonens, this is a really good Shonen concept. please just stop what you're doing, click the link in the description below, and read this series. That's all I can say. I'm not editing this video. This is just straight up, you know, balls to the wall, just straight up, just awesome. You guys have an awesome day, and peace out.